I have a process when I buy a used record. I've got my fancy, cleaner, so it goes through there, and then you pull it out, you make sure it's dry, you put it in the nice mobile fidelity inner sleeve, and then you put it back in the cover, and then you put it in a Japanese resealable sleeve. I enter it into my database. I use a thing called ReaderWare, and I have everything in ReaderWare. And then I identify what condition I felt like the vinyl was in and what condition the cover was in. And then there's a sticker on the back. I don't know if all of these have that or not, but there's a little sticker on all my records. Excellent, excellent, purchased new. So I know
that is awesome.
that because in my database, that's in my phone too.
Hey,
it's great.
You have that on your phone?
It goes to my phone. Then I can look it up and be like, oh, here's a great copy of Peter Gabriel's 4th album.
But I've already got it.
And I've got it. I have a used copy that's really great. And then I have this brand new reissue as well. So I don't need to buy it again. Unless this one's really good.
Yeah.
But sometimes, you come across a used record and, there's several, like I mentioned Joe Jackson's Body and Soul album, which I love that record. And, the bad thing about the record, in a sense, is that it wasn't a very popular record. So, you don't come across a huge number of them out there. But when you do, the cover was black, and the cover was made out of A&M for whatever reason used this weird chipboard, and for the cardboard of the cover. So it almost always has this horrible ring, and it drives me nuts. It's like I want a clean copy. And the vinyl might be great. And actually, I bought some for $1, where the cover looks horrible, but the vinyl's great. And I do that a lot, where you buy one where the vinyl's great. So maybe you buy one that's a great cover with the crappy, and
So
you can switch it out. I do that a lot. But yeah, everything is in the database. I'm pretty good about remembering, but the older you get, the harder sometimes it is to remember. And then I have 50,000 CDs, I have 15,000 LPs, I have, a couple thousand 7-inches, it's like, I think it's one of the reasons I have the big album collections, because I always figure at any moment this life I lead could just end.
Yeah, sure.
And at least I have a record collection. I can sit around and listen to records,
That's right.
So that sounds crazy, but I think that really is my thing, of like books and records and all these things. It's like I foresee a point where someone figures out what a horrible mistake it was having Booker do any of this stuff. And
that's a legitimate motivating factor of fear. Sort of like, somebody's going to find out. I really don't know what I'm doing. But then you go back and you go, well, I'd rather work with the person who doesn't know what they're doing, but they're doing something, than the person who thinks they know everything, but they sit around and talk about it all the time.
Well, you have to constantly move forward, and sometimes as you're moving forward, it doesn't mean you don't take a slightly different turn than what you were expecting.